All right, welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be teaching you why you miss someone who hurt you. It's a question I get asked all the time, and I can tell you right now the reason why you miss someone who hurt you is because you are addicted to the chaos. You are addicted to something called a trauma bond, to where you got addicted to the highs and the lows. You got addicted to that one really good day, and then those other six bad days that you had, you got addicted to that. So now your brain confuses love with chaos, love with all the ups and downs and inconsistency. So whenever you actually leave that person, specifically a narcissistic relationship, it's equivalent to coming off of a drug addiction. So it literally feels like you are withdrawing from a drug addiction. That's why you want to get back to that person that hurt you the most. That's why you want to talk to them, because your brain wants another hit of that dopamine. It's not because you really love them, it's because you're addicted to the chaos. So, whenever it comes to missing this person, you're trying to grieve someone that is still alive. And personally, I think that this is the worst type of grief ever to heal from, because you're grieving something that didn't even exist in the first place. You fell in love with the potential of this person. You fell in love with the potential of the future kids, the future home, the business you were going to start together, the city that you were going to live in, and specifically that person that they made themselves out to be. You fell in love with someone that didn't even exist, and it's not your fault. It's not your fault at all. Like, nobody ever goes through a breakup or a divorce just because they want to, you know? So I just want you to know it's not your fault, because oftentimes you don't see these red flags. You might not even start to see these red flags until you're 6 months into the relationship. And by then you're very well attached, you know? So I need you to understand that this type of pain that you're experiencing, it's not going to last forever. And we get caught up in feeling like the pain is so real, it hurts so bad. We feel like it's going to last forever, but the truth is it's not. We're so focused on what we lost, but we're not focused on what we are going to gain from getting away from this freaking person. You are going to become the very best version of yourself without that person, because you're listening to this video. Because if you found this video, the algorithm is showing you this for a reason. If you listen to my podcast, Her Voice Matters, you're on the right path. Because most times, 99.9% of people out here, they have no idea what healing even looks like. And they're out here bleeding on people who didn't even hurt them in the first place, when all those people wanted to do was simply love them. And that's actually the biggest reason why I started my healing journey, because my little sister just wanted to simply love me. And I realized I was just being a jerk to her. I'm like, why am I treating her this way? And I ended up like apologizing to her and all this stuff. And I'm like, dude, I'm so unhealed. I'm literally out here bleeding on people who simply want to love me. She didn't even hurt me, you know? So years ago, I started my healing journey because of that. I didn't want to be that person that was going to continue to hurt someone over and over and over again, all because I was grieving something I never even got. I was grieving a future I never got. And it's really freaking difficult, because whenever you're grieving this marriage, relationship, future business, future family, there's so many thoughts that go through your head. And I don't know about you. Maybe it's just me, but I'm like, dude, and like, am I ever going to have a family? And am I ever really going to be able to have like a healthy marriage? All I freaking wanted my whole entire life was to have a healthy marriage and to be a wife. And now I'm like, I don't know if I'm ever going to get that. And some people come to me and they're like, Jordan, like, you're only 30 years old. Don't say that. No, I'm being dead serious. I really am. And those who get what I'm saying get it. You understand exactly where I'm coming from. But I just need you to understand that everything that has happened, you missing this toxic, abusive person, maybe they sexually assaulted you, maybe they physically hurt you, verbally abused you, maybe they told you crazy stuff, like some of the stuff that I've gone through with. I had my hips squeezed together, and he told me that there are certain exercises I could do to lose my inner thigh fat, tried to control how many squares of toilet paper I used, left me in the ER whenever I thought I was about to be taken in for emergency surgery. I literally packed a bag because I thought I was going to be admitted to the hospital, and he left me to go look at a lawnmower. And I'm like, why am I missing this person? Why do I even want to freaking talk to this person? And it's literally a trauma bond. Your brain is addicted to the chaos. And the good news is there is a way to literally retrain your brain. Now, you're probably thinking in your head, how much longer do I have to feel this way? Like, how long is it going to take for me to stop missing this person? It's probably going to take you at least 6 months, to be completely honest. Everyone's completely different. But once you get to that 6 month mark, you're going to feel like a completely new person, especially if you're putting in the work and you're actually working on yourself and paying attention to every single trigger that you have. Because I used to personally get irritated whenever I would get triggered over something. But now I'm like, thank you for telling me that. Or I'm really grateful that I was triggered, because that shows me a part of me where I'm unhealed that I can actually work on. I can work on becoming 1% better every single day. Because the truth is, you can allow this breakup, this divorce to destroy. One of my first experiences in therapy was whenever I told my therapist that something really small had hurt me. And she said, Jordan, it's not small if it hurt you. The way that you feel during that time is 110% valid. BetterHelp is the sponsor of this video. And if you've been struggling and putting this off and think that you would benefit from a therapy session, go to betterhelp.com/Jordan Murphy and get 10% off your first month of therapy. Now back to the episode. Or you can use your pain for purpose. And that's what I chose to do from the beginning. I knew that my divorce could completely wreck my whole entire future, but I refused to allow that to happen, because I realized I am not my divorce. I am not my past. And for such a long time, I walked around, I felt like I had failure and divorce written across my forehead, until one day I realized that I am not my divorce. That is not who I am. Just because that happened to me doesn't mean that that is written across my forehead, you know? So in relationships where there's emotional abuse, there's inconsistency, manipulation, whatnot, once again, that creates a trauma bond. So whenever they're gone, you're not just missing the person, you're missing the regulation they temporarily provided, you know? And these types of people too, they only want to love you whenever it's convenient for them. You know what I'm talking about? So you are missing who you were trying to be to earn safety. So that's why no contact can feel like withdrawal, because in many ways it literally is. So your brain got so used to the cycles, the connections, the tension, the relief. So whenever the cycle stops, your brain, your system like freaks out, and it looks for what's familiar, even if familiar is painful, and even if familiar is abusive. So you can know they were bad for you and still miss them. That doesn't mean that something's wrong with you. It means that your body hasn't caught up to what has truly happened yet. And the longer you are away from this person, I promise you, you will realize how bad it really was. Once you come out of survival mode, which is going to take some time, it's not going to happen overnight, you will realize how bad it really was. And you're going to realize even more whenever you tell your friends what really freaking happened. They're probably going to look at you like you're crazy, because there's a lot of stuff that you forgot about, because your brain is protecting you and it's blocked out so many things. And then a year later, you're going to be like, oh my gosh, did that really freaking happen? I actually forgot that I was sexually assaulted twice. I thought it was just once, until one day I'm like, wait, there was another incident. It hit me out of the middle of nowhere. I'm like, my brain literally blocked that out to where like it was protecting me. I'm like, what else am I going to find out, you know? So please be gentle with yourself. You're not only grieving them, you're grieving the version of you who hoped they would change. You're grieving a future you were so freaking excited to build together, a family you were excited to build together. And it's not just going to disappear overnight, but with time, you get better every single freaking day. And even if you feel like you're not making progress, I promise you, you are making progress, and it does freaking get better, because I'm living proof that it does get freaking better. I used to be the girl that I couldn't even eat a potato chip whenever I left. I literally laid in my bed. Thankfully, I worked from home at the time, and I was 1099 selling insurance. And I laid in my bed for 2 months straight. I didn't walk, I didn't go to the gym, nothing. And I cried so freaking much because this is not the life that I thought I was going to be living. But the truth is, it does get freaking better. Because if I can get through this, if I can turn my pain into purpose, and so can you. Next time you miss this person, call someone who makes you feel safe. Get a journal and write down how you're feeling. If you don't know what to say, you can get like these journals that have like, it's like a guided journal off of Amazon. Move your body, go for a walk, do some deep breathing exercises. Maybe you want to get the Apple Fitness app like I use and do like a 5 minute meditation. Find something that makes your soul feel the most alive. Maybe you just need to go and work out. Everyone's different. Sometimes you need to read a book or watch a show, whatever it might be. Pay attention to whenever you start missing that person, and don't drown yourself with alcohol. Don't try to just numb the pain temporarily, because guess what? You're going to wake up tomorrow. That pain's going to freaking still be there. Feel the pain, feel the hurt, because the more you feel it, the more you speed up your healing recovery process. But now, the more you avoid it, the more you delay your healing recovery process. And if you're here, I know that you're working on becoming 1% better every single day, and that you're working on healing every single day. I'm really freaking proud of you. And I want you to know, in conclusion, that this season is not going to last forever. Every season eventually comes to an end. And even though this season seems like it's lasting freaking forever, guess what? It is coming to an end. I promise you, it's coming to an end. So if this video saved you in some way, shape, or form, let me know in the comment section. Send it to your best friend, because you never know what she is freaking going through. I will see you ladies on the next episode.